This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So now we'll focus on working with the remote repository, and for that you need to remember only three commands: clone, push, and pull. Okay, so what is clone, what is pull, and what is push? Let's discuss about it. So here, understand that scenarios we need to discuss. So this is the four people right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what has happened, guys? I'm talking about the repo. Okay, repo means, please remember that this image. Repo means this one, not this one, not this one. Only repo means this one. Repo means the place where we have versions of objects, version of files in form of objects. Okay. So now all these four of us, let's say Anshu, Suresh, Surendra, and Prasanna, we were working in an isolated environment. Now, how do we collaborate in the source code with each other? So this is the, let's say, Rajesh, Prasanna, Ansul, and Surendra. Yes. Okay. So these are the four people. They want to collaborate the source code. How do we do that? So basically, understand that Git allows, please hear me out very clearly. Git allows you to, any repo, any repo can share the code with any repo. Yes, Git allows to share the code with any repo. So Rajesh can share that objects with Surendra. Surendra can share with Rajesh, and Prasanna can share with, Anshu. So basically, anyone can share the code with anyone. How? So there is a two protocol for it. One is SSH protocol and one is HTTP protocol. So that means if the repo is offered in a web server, or this repo is offered in the web server, so you can use HTTP. If through SSH protocol, IP address and all, then use SSH. So basically in Git, you know what? Anyone, any two repo can talk to each other and share the versions object. Is that statement clear for all of you? All of you?
Yeah, and that also includes the remote repository also, right?
These all are remote only, I'm showing.
No, what I mean to say, let's say I'm having a repository hosted in GitHub, and all of four of us are having copies, local copies. Then we can basically
No,
sync with everything.
I'm not talking about the GitHub right now. My discussion is very limited. My discussion is limited to any two repo. They can push and pull their object and share with each other using the protocol, which is SSH and HTTP. So that's my topic. Any two repo, I don't care where it is. It's in your laptop, it's in my laptop. I can talk to each other. I can send my commit to you. You can send your commit to me using push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push. That's what I'm talking. Any two repo. Got it?
Yeah.
So then there is a problem, guys, in this model. What is the problem? So let's say this is Rajesh repo. I need to talk to each one of you. I need to talk to Prasanna also, and S also, A also. So I need to talk to everyone. That's like a hell lot of work, right? More than the coding, I will work in the integration itself. That means, let's say if you have a team of 100 people, or let's say 50 people, I personally need to talk to 49 repo, and that's too much. Hence, I need to do the pull and push with 49 repo, and that's not a good practice. So now what to do? So what we decided, let's do one thing. Let's create one more repo. Yes, I said one more repo. And this repo will be created in a machine which is owned by entire team. Think simple. So now I have created one more repo as a team, and this repo it's just like a my repo and yours repo. And we all decided, hey, we will do the pushing and pulling against this. So Rajesh will send the all the code to remote rep this common repo of the team, which is a remote repo of mine. Surender will pull it. Surender will push it. Rajesh, Anshul, Prasanna will pull it. So this is a little bit good. Mind it here, there is no server involved. This is a repo, this is a repo, this is a repo, this is a repo, this is a repo. And this is for us. It's a remote repo, RR. And this is for me, local repo. Did you understand that, all of you? This you can call it central repo. This you can call it local repo. Are you okay with this concept so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, guys, understand that concept of Git. Git is distributed because we can work in our own repo, and end of the work, we can collaborate or each other work between the syncing. Please remember, I am saying syncing between the two repo. How can you sync between the two repo? Using the command which is called push and pull. So if you keep doing the push and pull, two repo will be in a sync with each other. And that is how, and which protocol is being used? SSH and HTTPS to access the remote repo or central repo. And this is how we share, we work together as a team. So simple thing, understand that here if I look at this, you work in the working directory, add, staging area, commit, repo, and from repo you push to the repo. And this you keep doing it. You pull it, you get the object here, check out that one, merge it with whatever it is, and then work on it. This is how you keep doing it. At a high level, you understand the workflow and Git, all of you. Clear? Okay. Can I move on? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. But you know what, guys? When you go for the team and hosting this central repo or remote repo, then people have started demanding lots of features on it. For example, Ansel say, hey, I'm not comfortable with remote repo through command line. I want to see something on the browser. So that means this remote repo should be on the browser UI. Then let's say Prasanna has come and say, hey, I need a issue tracking functionality also on this place. So I can see the code, issue and code for it, and everything can be done. Then Surinder is coming and say, hey, I need a wiki. Then CTO of the organizations come and they say, hey, I need a rollback access control so I can protect my repository and branches. Someone say, hey, I don't want to manage only one repo. I want to manage at this server multiple repo because my organizations have multiple projects, multiple teams. So multiple remote repo I want to manage. So every time when user demanded a more features from Git, Linus said no. Linus Torvald said no. No. Whatever we wanted to discuss, we developed already. Whatever we wanted to develop, there's no other plan for it. As such, like wiki integrations, UI, wiki integrations, and issue tracking tool, role-based access control, ability to manage multiple remote repo, central repo. We don't want to get into that. That is where, guys, these organizations came up and said, no problem, if Git is not doing it, we will do that. That's called GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, and AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure Cloud. All these things have come, Gerrit, all these applications got it. Now you understood this? What is the GitHub? So GitHub is a place where you can host, please hear me out. GitHub is a place where you can host multiple remote repository with UI, issue tracking, wiki, role-based access control, and much more functionality, which is very good for the engineers and which is very good for enterprises. Are you understanding, all of you? All of you?
Yeah.
So guys, there's a cloud version available and there's a hosted version available also. So GitHub, yes, it's cloud version available for everything. GitHub also, GitLab also, Bitbucket also. This only cloud version available, no hosted. And GC also no hosted. Azure also no hosted. And like that. Rest of the thing cloud and hosted also. So now today in this session, we will connect to the cloud version of GitHub. Here it is. So this is the GitHub. I've logged in actually, sign out. And this is the home page. You go and sign up, it's free. And after that signing, and this is my account, and this is the. Now here, I just said GitHub is for the enterprise. You can have multiple, you see that here? Organization, these all are organizations I create. These all are organizations which we created. Organizations means multiple unit of your company. You can create a more organization using here. Here you have a pickup plan for your organizations. So free, team, enterprises. You can read all this thing in detail little bit later. Yeah, so I have already so many organizations. So one of the organization I use for the demo, which is demo temporary, this organizations. So see that how many repository you have. Look at this. And UI, you are enjoying the UI. This is one repository. These all are central remote repository. So you can create a more repository. 35 repositories I am having. So let me create a repository one more. This time I'm going to create May 2020. Okay, I should delete all this. You can make this repository public and private. Public means anyone can see but not modify. Private means only one person, those who wants to see that repository can see. Give the access to seeing the repository. So I'll just make it public. And don't check this add. You create a first comment and create. So guys, this is the repository which I said two protocol, right? SSH protocol. This is the URL. HTTP protocol. This is the URL. Now this is empty repository. They are giving you same command to work with it. I hope you remember this command. Same command I tried. Okay. So how do we work with it? Simple. I'll go from here and push, git push, and this I'll go for SSH here and master. But guys, here you require authentications. So SSH authentications or HTTP authentications. So what to do? So HTTP authentication, you need a token. I repeat, for HTTP authentication, you need a token, not a password. I repeat, GitHub password will not work. GitHub password will not work. It got deprecated. So what you need? Token. But for SSH, you need a key to be uploaded in the setting. So how do I do that? So open up this GitHub and click here. Go to the setting, profile setting, and here you see SSH and GPG key. So here guys, you have to upload your public key which you can find in the your user home. If you don't find, you can generate also. So right now I have it .ssh directory. This is the public key, this is a private key. This key you have to upload it here. So add new SSH key, paste the key, give some title, save it. I have already done it, so it will not take. So this is for SSH authentications. What about for HTTP authentications? HTTPS. So for that you have to create a PAT. PAT means you go to the setting again, and here you see that one option which is called developer settings, and here you see PAT, personal access token. So here you can generate a token and you can use as a password. So right now I have one token. I'm just deleting it. You can generate a new token. This for demo for 30 days. All this thing. What access you want to give it? Give all this action. And all this thing and generate it. This is the token which is your password. Not a GitHub password. Will you remember this, all of you? Surendra, Ansul, Suresh.
Yes.
So you have to do that to authenticate. I have done it. My keys upload. I'll use this. So this is the URL. I'll just copy it. I'll go to my command line and I say, hey, git push where? This one. Which branch? This branch. Enter it. That's all. And here there is a problem. The problem is permission to DevOps full demo temporary denied to Portuguese. So okay, so the problem here is this ID I set it up, which is my work ID, and this ID which I'm having is DevOps school. So I don't want to change my setup, so I'm going to use a pat. So here pat, and I'll use the HTTP URL. Okay, so push master branch. Now it will prompt you pat. So I'll just copy this pat and it will pop up here and token. Enter, sign, and it's done. Go ahead here and refresh it. See here. Same repository which you had committed and you worked offline. Now this is available. Total 24 commits I did. These are the files I did. Only one branch I pushed it. You want to push another branch also if you want? Let me push it. Done. And refresh it. So you push both the branch, my parent. See that. Now UI part I think will not be challenging for you. So this is the commit. You can spend some time. These all are IDs. These are all commits I did. These files you have. You know, you can. By the way, GUI also you can work here, but typically organizations not allowed actually directly working here. Branches you have to. Okay, you have tags also which you can tag it. And remember that everyone wanted what kind of functionality. So they wanted to have different kind of functionality like wiki, issue tracking. So see here, look at this here. All these features you got it here. So snippet, GitHub, you got all the features. So look at this. This is the issue tracking. You can raise a ticket on the bugs. You have wiki integrations here. Okay, you have CI/CD, which is out of the scope of this training. Actions and setting. Here you can give the permissions to anyone whom you want and get them. So guys, this is the central repository. This is not a server. Okay, You cannot call it a Git server. You can call it a GitHub server, but you cannot call it a Git server because Git is distributed. So yes, this can be a central repo or remote repo, but you should not say server repo. I hope you are understanding that keyword, all of you. Correct now?
Yeah.
So guys, what I will do? So I have to work like a different person. I'm behaving someone else. So I'll go here and I will open up. I'm acting like a different person, okay? Let's say different person who's working for that project. So here what I'll do, I'll clone it. Clone means clone. You might have seen this Matrix movie, right? Clone means clone. I don't have to teach you. So here git clone. I'm using HTTP. Why? Because SSH key, I have a little bit of configurations with the production server in my laptop. So it's like that. I'm cloning it and I got this clone. Which clone? Make 22. This is a different user already. So I clone it entire. Clone means entire repo you get it. Repo I said. All the source code here you got it. All this repo versioning, everything you got it. Everything as it is. Now what to do? So I'll just work on it. So here touch. My name is Ramu Kaka. .txt. Adding this file and commenting this file. Ramu Kaka is doing that also. Okay. And done. What I will do? I will push it. What? Push where? That URL. This is HTTPS URL. Push. And which branch you want to push? Of course, match. Enter. Done. Can I go and check this here? Do we have Ramu Kaka? And see here, Ramu Kaka has come. Now I'll go to my previous user one. Do you have Ramu Kaka? No. What to do? Pull it. Git pull. Pull URL. I'm using HTTP and master branch. I pulled it and see here Ramu Kaka has come. So this is how you have to do push, pull, push, pull. Write a file, write a code, add commit, pull, push. Write a code, add a file, commit, pull, push. Everyone have to do that. Are you able to understand that how we work now? All of you?
Yeah.
So guys, this is a long URL, okay? This is a long URL. I can't remember all this time, always copy. So what typically we do in Git, we configure it aliases. How do we configure it? Let me do that. So remote add origin. Origin is alias name, first alias name. Typically we follow this process in the industry. You can name it whatever you want. Origin is just for us. So here remote add, you're adding one remote reference in an origin, named with origin, and this is the URL and done. So now next time onwards, git push origin master. This is the code. So you don't have to remember that. Now you have to remember the origin. Did you understand that? So origin, why we use it? Origin is a reference, alias name in the Git to the referencing to the remote repository. All of you understood?
Yeah.
All of you?
Yeah,
Hello?
understood. Understood.
Great. So guys, you have to do the push pull push pull push pull all the time. First time clone, after this push pull. That's all. Okay. So you want to pull pull v1 repository also. So pull origin v1 and all stuff. Yeah, this is how we work in the Git. Now,
Just one quick question. So again, we are having an enterprise version also. So we are going to have the same kind of web interface for enterprise version also.
Yes, 100% same, no changes. Only thing is this IP address will change. I mean,
Yeah.
everything else.
Fine.
Okay, so like this. So now what to do in the workflow in the GitHub? Creating a ticket. This ticket. DevOps school chat is not working. Is there a description? Assigned to someone. Okay, and submit it. There are so many other things also. Submit. Now people will come and see, oh, this ticket is assigned for me. Okay, no problem. Let me work with it. And here I'm working on it. So touch chat.txt, git add, git commit, adding chat, and then done. Commit done. Push this code. Push origin master. Okay, I pushed it. Done. This code has been completed. So now committed as part of it. You can do little bit of more things also, but you can mention someone, you can attach the pull request or stuff like that. I'm not complicating too much right now. Okay, and done. This is simple flow and commit. Close it. Okay, now someone else wants to see that code, so he will either come to the GitHub or pull it. So pull master branch, and he will see the chat code. And if there's a conflict, you know how to resolve it. It's fast forward and done. So this is how we will work. Here you create a documentation for the projects. Welcome to DevOpsschool.com, and here H1, all this thing, and save it whatever the content. It's a file and create it. Now you want to give access to someone else. Here, setting, collaborate, send team, invite it. Add in team, add people directly, or add team. So let this is the only ID which I remember, SCM Galaxy. This is the ID. I invited with the read, write, admin, all this access, and add it. He will get the invitations. Once he will accept that email, he will be a part of it. You can add a team also. So if you go to the organization here you can create a team. So you can create a new team, dev ops team. Okay, description, visible secret, and you can add the members to the teams. Here, SCM Galaxy, I'm adding to this, and here invited. Now we got a organization which is here. We got a few teams here. You can add a members to it, and after that in the repository level you can add access to it. Okay, you can create a projects also here. Project means if you are following Agile and all, it will be good. So here you can create a projects. So now let's create a new projects. New projects with what style? You want to have a simple one, or you want to have a Kanban style project? Let's use the Kanban one. So this is a Kanban board. Now I'm just checking out the one and public create. Now here you see add a column. Select this existing to do. All this thing you have to. There was column name and done. So like this, you can add all this column. Okay. Add more column to do. I'm just checking out so fast. Okay, like that. So let's say this is a to do. This is something else. So you create a ticket here. Chat is not working. not working. This is one ticket, add it. And now there's one ticket. Keep moving it here to here and on. So you can work at a high level. This is the package where you can have some package stored from Docker, Apache Maven, NuGet, and many more. Teams, people, settings, and repository. So many options you have here in the setting button. If you go, many options which you have. So gradually you have to learn. Don't rush. Just get it. So all of you understood this? How to work with GitHub?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I will teach you one of the flow which you must know, which will help you to work with it. What exactly that is. So I can explain it to you only using the image. So guys, please focus. Okay. So this is your local repository. This is your remote repository. I must name it here. Local repo. This is a remote repo. Okay, so you have a local repo, we have a remote repo. Now guys, there's a two kind of branches which we have. Okay, so one branch we have local branch, and one we have a remote branch. Now you'll say, Rajesh, where is that? So actually that time push pull was not done, so I was not able to show you, but now push pull is done, so you can see that here. All see here. Master is a local branch, and this one is a remote branch. V1 master. So it's a branch, remember. And here, so basically how it works. So understand that when you do the pull, when you do a pull is equal to fetch plus merge. Okay. So all of you are agreeing with that, right? Merging you can do between the two branches, right? All of you? All of you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but guys, branches can be local and local. It can be two local, okay? It can be one local, one remote, but two remote cannot be. Why? Because of there is only region. Local branch is a read and writable. That means you can modify. Remote branch is only for reading purpose, read only. Okay, so what happens? Very simple. Pull is equal to fetch plus merge. So what happens? Please focus on my screen. So when you pull, so basically what happens from the remote repo, the object get updated to the remote branch of the local remote branch, and after that, it merge the remote branch with the local branch automatically. So that way, whatever the modification has been done in the remote repo, you get it in the local branch because of it is doing two things, it's fetching and merging. So this is called fetch and this is called merge. Understood, all of you? Understood, all of you?
Yeah.
So what happens? You should not do the pull, guys. Pull is a very dangerous because someone has modified the wrong code. So you pull it and you spoil your own code also. So what to do? So you should always fetch it. How do I do that? Look at my screen here. There's a user one, repo one, and there's a user two, which is a May 2022. So here I'm committing one file, touch fetch.txt, and git add all git commit -m adding. So here I'm committing and now push it. So push origin master. Remember, I'm pushing to GitHub. I pushed it. Now, if I go and see that in my another user fetch.txt is not there. Where exactly that is? It's here on the GitHub because pushing has happened to GitHub. So here, do we have a fetch? Where it is? Here it is. So now what should I do? I have a two option being another user. I have a one option which I can fetch it and another option which I can pull it. If I pull, then I might get the code which I don't want it. So what is the best practices? Fetch it. So remember that when you fetch it from the remote repo, the code will come to the remote branch. Let me fetch it and let me show you. So look at my screen. This is another user. Fetch.txt is not there. Git fetch origin master. I'm fetching it, not pulling it. And I fetch this. Now you see that, do we have a code fetch.txt? No, you don't see this code here. So where exactly that is? So you have in the remote branches. Where is the branches? And you can see using this one here. This is the master branch here. So can I check out this? Yes, I can check out this. You cannot modify, but you can check out. You can use it as a reference. And you see here, ls. Right now, I'm in this remote branch. And do you see that here fetch.ext is there or not? Is there. So now I'll go and check out the master branch. Check out master branch. Here. Here you have a fetch.txt? No. What to do? So now you'll merge manually. If you're okay with the code, then you'll merge manually from the remote branch to the local branch. How do you do that? You know that is right. So git merge is a fast forward merge because I'm not done any changes. So where is the branch name? Branch name is here. Yeah. So git merge with this branch, and you see that now merge has happened, fast forward and ls. And now you have. So guys, did you understand that why we should do the fetch and then merge rather than pull? All of you? All of you? Yeah. So guys, we should do this fetch. Okay. So this is the way we should work on it. Now, any questions you have which you want me to answer before few more topics? No? Okay, so there's one command which I want to talk about is git reset. I'll not show you the demo, just a high level you should understand because too much of content again will spoil your learning flow. So just for understanding, the one which I tried during the undoing the demo, that I tried with the default one. That's a mixed one. So basically there are three kind of reset which we have. One is called soft reset, one is called mixed reset, and one is called hard reset. What is a soft reset? So when you use the soft reset, you move the head, and when you do the reset with a mixed one, then changes head and staging index. And when you do a hard reset, reverse completely back to that particular commit. How it is working? Let's look at this through image. Look at this image very carefully. You have a working directory, the file which is of the v3. Staging index is empty because you have committed. Now you have in the repository, you have a v1, v2, and v3. So right now v3 you have in working directory which is committed, also in the repository 8.3 something like that. Are you okay with this image so far?
Yeah.
Now when you do the reset, let's say we decided we'll do the reset to 7.5. Okay, so here we are deciding the soft reset, hyphen soft. So when you do the reset, after the reset scenario will be like this. Head will be moved to that particular commit ID, and staging will be filled with the v3, and working directory will be having v3. So this will be the changes you will have it. Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is soft reset. Now let's look at the mixed reset, which is the default which I tried, by the way. So here in this scenario, again same scenario, v1, v2, v3, staging is empty. Working directory you have a v3, which is the latest commit. So when you do the mix reset, what will happen? Hyphen mix. So when you do the mix reset of the same commit ID 75, then what will happen? In the mix reset, V2 will be updated. When the head will be moved anyways to the V2, the one which you are committing, resetting, and then index will be updated with not a V3, V2, and working directory having V3. Okay, so working directory will have a V3, staging will have a V2, and head. So here what happens when you do the default, so head is moved anyways, and the staging index is updated. Rest of the things is remains. Are you understanding this one?
Basically, in this stage, we'll be having files which is not added to Git, right? Those are on-track files.
Yes, I mean move head will be changed to that, and and indexing will be coming with the same file. But here, if in the soft, you will get the indexing with the V3, which is the latest one, and head will be moved to anyways that one.
Okay, so basically in soft reset, the commit is not done, even if it is in staging. The commit is reversed. But
Commit is not reverse. I would say like committed version you get in the. I mean your head will be changed in the soft reset, and staging and working directory will be updated with the V3. It's basically same file will be there.
I'm trying to grasp this. So okay, generally, okay, there are three stages, right? One is when it is basically in staging index, and second one is in the repository, right?
Yeah.
So when we are doing a soft reset, that means we have already added the file. What that means, it is in staging index, but the commit has been reversed. That's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah. So now whatever V3 code will be lost, okay, and the V3 not lost, it will be in the repository, but basically anything you commit now, which is the change in the working directory or staging, it will be written on top of V2. That means for that tree structure, V3 will be loose.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the mixed reset. After this V2, you get it in staging also, working directory V3. After that, you can do such changes in working directory or V2, whatever. It's up to you. Now, this is a hard reset. Hard reset is dangerous. So, if you do the hard reset, let's say you did the hard reset of 7.5. So, after this, what will happen? In the staging index, also you'll have a V2. Working directory also have a V2. And basically, you lost the V3 altogether. You'll be there in repository, but not in a tree of that master, that particular branch. Okay, so that is a dangerous. So these are the three reset. Diff command we have tried. Diff command I'm just checking out if you have any commands. This is one command. One, it's not a command; it's a tool actually. That's called git ignore. So let me put it up and let me show you the demo directly. So here what we have, git. See here. Look at this git status. So now you see that there's no files for which need to be committed. Simple. There's no file which need to be committed. Everything has been committed. Now there is now when you build this working directory is only one. I repeat, working directory you have only one. So what happens? Typically you do the changes in the source in this directory and build it. So when you build it, you get an additional directory created. For example, build. There's a directory got created, and touch. There's some dummy files which will be created for this. Okay, so now you see that git status, this files or folder, it can be anything, is got tracked by git. Now you don't want to commit this file because it has a compiled file which is temporary. So the question is, by mistake sometime, you know what will happen, git add this one and then commit. If by mistake will happen, the file which you didn't wanted to have a part of the git versioning system, which got committed by default. Now remember that if it is a part of the versioning system, again it's very difficult to take that out of it. Yeah, there is a way in git which you can take it out, that one, but it's not an engineering process. That's an admin process actually. Okay, so we should not commit at all in the first place itself. the folder may be GBs or something. You are unnecessarily committing too much of file. So what to do? Just ignore it. So how to ignore it? So write one file which is called git ignore. It's a dot file. It's like a hidden file. So git ignore, and in this git ignore, spelling is correct, right? Yeah. So here in this you can find the app relative path. I repeat, relative path, not absolute path. So here if it is a build directory, here it should be build. Okay, and if it is a file, so let's say this is a directory and this is the file, you can ignore it whatever you want. Okay, so this way you can do that also. File also you can do that. So now build directory will be ignored, fff ddd directory will be ignored, which is not exist by the way, and save it. Now if we see that here, now it's not, git is ignoring that file, and it's not, build is not detected, though it's available, but it's not detected. So it will not be added and it will not be committed anyways. So git ignore is utility which you can use for ignoring a files and folders. All of you understood this?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, yeah. So guys, let's talk about some of the features on the GitHub. And there's one of the feature I want to talk about is a pull request. What is this pull request? So for the pull request, I need to have a 2 accounts actually. So how do I do that? So I need to have 2 accounts. For that, I am going for 2 accounts. So this is my different browser, okay, GitHub, right? Right now, yes. So here I'm going to log in. So this is my one ID. Wonderful, and thankful to let password is working. So this is one ID. This is another ID. Okay. So what do we do in this case? So guys, here what we do basically is understand first, and that's called pull request. So I need to create an image so you'll understand easily. Okay. So guys, this is a GitHub. This is also GitHub repo. So I say GitHub repo, and this is also GitHub repo. Okay. So guys, you got a 2 GitHub repo, and this is my laptop. And this is me. I have 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 ears. It's good image, right? Yeah. So basically what you'll do, you will add it and commit it here. Agree with me? Correct?
Yeah.
And this is the production repo. I repeat, this is the production repo. But you know what? You know what? You don't have access. So you can push it, but you don't have access. Why? Because the team wants to set some review process. So what they're saying, hey, I need to review your code before I should accept that at the GitHub production repo. So what should I do? So forking is one process. Forking is one process which I'm going to use it. So this is the, let's say this is the production repo, okay? And here I am having different users. I'm having forking access. So this is a different repository. I'm going to fork it out. And the moment I fork it out, I'll become an owner of it. Mind it. I become owner of that repository. It's a 2 different repository. Look at the path here. Rajesh Kumar in May 2020. And here, DevOps School Demo Temporary May 2020. It's a 2 different repo. Forking means it's like a web clone, you can say. Are you understanding? Forking means web clone. All of you? Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting
So what you can do? So now you can do, you know what? You can, as per the image, where's my image? By the way? Here it is. So now I fork it out and I become owner of it. Now I will modify this code and push that to my repo. And from here, I will create a pull request. Hey guys, I have completed my work. Take this code. I will create a pull request. Pull request means pull it from here. So that guys from the will see the pull request, review the code which has been done, and accept the pull request. The code will be here also. Did you understand this process? All of
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm doing the same thing. Forking, I have done it, guys. Forking, I've done it. I'm going to modify this time. I don't want to modify through the add commit process through my workstation. Directly, I'll modify this code. You can visually also modify, though your name will not be attached. That's a problem. So this is modify. Web modifications I did it. Now I'm going to create a pull request. How do I do that? So this is my pull request. And here, new pull request. Here, please first read it. Don't do blindly. Okay. See that error, this arrow message. So this name. Okay. From here, I am pull request to this one. You can change that also, by the way, and create a pull request. Why you are creating this? Okay, I want to fix these issues and all, and create a pull request. Done. So pull request is created. Now I will go as a owner of this repository and refresh it. And here, if you see that there is one pull request has been received, I will first review whether this is the right code I am getting it or not. So I'll see that okay, this commit, this is the comment, this is the commit. I'll see the changes first. I'll not blind. Okay, this code seems to look fine. Everything's okay. And review changes. If you want to send the review, you can do that. And seems to be okay. Everything is okay. So what I'm going to do, merge pull request, enter, confirm. And now I accepted it. I should go here in the code and you see that chat.txt, you got this code. Earlier it was empty. So now you commit, you see that this was committed by Rajesh, and I DevOps school has accepted the pull request, and this is how we work as a team. Did you understand the pull request concept, all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So guys, so many features you have in GitHub. If you want to set up a CI/CD actions, action means do you know anyone Jenkins file or sort of concept? I've not covered that topics actually, but Jenkins files like writing a code for CI/CD. So here we have an action, GitHub action. It's like that writing a code for the build process, CI/CD. So these are all the samples are given. Okay, so you can write a simple workflow configure, and this is the code. This you have to learn actually. This YAML file. Okay, this is a CI/CD code. So this you'll run it and start committing it and commit new file. I committed of a new file in this blank.yaml file. Okay, in this repository. And now you can create a workflows and done. So that file automatically will be read and you can trigger a new build and also like that. So get it done. Run workflow. Run in which branch, master branch. Run it. So that file you can write. Cloud also you can build this stuff. Cloud also you can build this stuff. Okay. So guys, this is the way we should work on it. Any questions from your side you have from Git and GitHub? All of you? Okay. No questions,
No.
Ansu? Prasanna, Srikant, Surendra, Suresh.
I'm good.
Okay, so I'm going to give the rest to this session now, and I'm going to see you in the evening for the wall session. If you have a time, please attend. If you don't have a time, don't need to attend. So it's up to you. And yeah, I'll see you. If you're not attending any sessions, then I'll see you on the weekdays for the Python class. And Python will have in the 2 slots actually, because 4 hours is very difficult to continuously talk. So I'll have a 2 hours, 2 hours and all, and then we'll get going.
So it will be
Okay.
covered during daytime or
I will send you that time, but it should be in the evening only, somewhere close to maybe post lunch, post dinner or something. We can plan for it.
okay.
Okay, guys, have a nice